field, catches it for a touchdown.
Would you look at that?
Evergreen.
Would you look at that?
Cool with the big three. Great. Takes it all the way now. Nice. We want to welcome you here to McKenzie Stadium on a Thursday night this time. We've got a contest here. Union Titans going against the Heritage T-Wolves. This is EPS Sports. You can reach us on Comcast Channel 28 or 328, the HD version. Also, if you got family members that are outside of the Comcast area, make sure they jump on the internet, go to the YouTube, get on the Evergreen School District YouTube page, and go to EPS Sports and hit the live stream, and you'll be able to pick up this game. So we appreciate you guys joining us tonight. We do have a crowd in the stadium tonight, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Me and Ryan will go over a couple of things, but right now we're going to stand aside here and pause for a moment for the national anthem. All righty. Nice rendition of the national anthem. That is the Union Band out there tonight. Like we said before, we do have fans and more like parents and family and cheerleaders in the band out here on both sides in the stadium for the first time this year. So this is something new. So hope everybody's excited. So you'll probably get to hear a little bit of the fans in the cheering crowd, something we haven't been used to this season so far. So might make it a little extra exciting. We got the band and a few fans out there in the stand, so that's going to be great. Like I said, Ryan Vassbinder, he's back here with me. Missed him last week. Glad to have you. Nothing against Matt. Matt did a great job, but good to have you back, Ryan.
I'm glad to be back. I had a great vacation out of town, and happy to be back under the lights tonight on a Thursday night.
Yeah, most definitely. So let's just talk a little bit. We're just about seconds here away from this game starting. Union, talk a little bit about Union's game last week against Skyview.
Yeah, so Union had a close one last week out at Kiggins Bowl. They ended up losing to Skyview 23-20. Skyview's got a good football program out there, and Union doesn't like to lose, and so they're going to come back out tonight, and they're going to want to make a statement to show that they certainly belong at the top of this Greater St. Helens League.
Right. No, most definitely. We were here last week, and Heritage was out here in the game, and I'm trying to think here ultimately what that game ended up looking like here. Help me out, Ryan.
They beat Kelso 30-17.
That's right. Kelso had a tough time with them. They just could not get their running game started as the game went on. And we'll start with this one, and that ball's going to get picked up right at about the 15. And they'll get to the 25. Looked like a slip and a fall there. Jake Bowen, the carrier of the ball, as the Union Titans offense takes the field for the first time tonight. Leading the group out there is going to be Alex Gurman, their quarterback. Gurman in a shotgun formation. Has a man coming across the middle. He's going to make the catch. Get up to the 40, make it, get through that tackle. He's got the sidelines now. He's going to make it all the way for the touchdown. Jake Bowen, first play of the game. Great post pattern, makes the catch, and just the yardage after the catch was just unbelievable. A lot of credit, Ryan, has got to go to Tobias Merriweather, who just streaked up the sidelines with him and provided a couple of blocks, pretty much just getting the way. He's not really blocking, but just ran interference and allowed Jake to get that Jake Bowen to get that edge and run right up the sideline for the touchdown.
Yeah, and another thing great about that play is Alex Gurman sat in the pocket and he was extremely patient, finding the opportunity to find Jake Bowen in his stride.
He sure did. We've got a kick and we've got a flag on the play right now, so we'll see who that was on and ultimately what's going to happen next here. We'll get another opportunity to put the extra point on the game. Handling the kicking responsibilities for Union tonight is Sonny Pitts. That penalty is going to go against Heritage, so we'll move the ball maybe an inch, a yard, something like that, something very little, half the distance, and we'll go at this again. So they'll go ahead and reset this. And Sonny Pitts will get another go at it. I tell you what, first play, well ran, well executed. I mean, Jake Bowen did a great job of running the route, making the catch, and then, just being athletic afterwards.
Yeah, looks like Jake Bowen's about to take the snap.
And he is going to go for two. And he almost, let's see what they ultimately did. He got a hat laid on him at the goal line initially, but he fought through it and was able to get back across that for the for the 2-point conversion. Oh my goodness.
He got hit by a freight train.
Yeah, he sure did.
And he kept his legs moving. Credit to Bowen there.
Yeah. So now Bowen responsible for all the points on the scoreboard. The touchdown and the 2 points on the extra point. So, the way Heritage, we've seen Heritage play a couple of times so far this year, and they have their own pieces on the field as well. So, I mean, we can't forget about the strong running game they bring with Andre Cowley, and Caden Bolts. Those two, have collectively run for over 500 yards this season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and they are some good, they like to grind up the field and burn up some clock. So we'll see what happens when Heritage gets the ball for the first time this game.
Yeah, Heritage definitely has a bit more methodical process to their offense. Like you said, keeping the ball on the ground with Bolds and Cowley. So we'll see how the strategy plays out. I mean, Union tends to be a little bit more, fast hitting,
yeah,
right? And making those big plays where Heritage just really tries to almost wear teams out on the ground.
Yeah, the intensity level from the Union Titans you definitely feel. And for them to get on the board this quick, Heritage is going to have to they got their work cut out for them to get these guys out of this game. Best bet is just to keep the offense off the field. That ball's going to almost get into the end zone. He's going to pick it up, though, and try to bring it out. Looks like he's going to barely make it across the 5-yard line. Looks like they'll set him up on the 7, so 1st and 10 from there.
Bit of a miscue there for Heritage to start their drive. I didn't see who missed that ball, but was trying to catch that ball with his hands instead of his chest.
All righty, so Khalil Osman, number 15, the sophomore, is going to start for Heritage tonight. Last week he didn't start, but he came into the game after the first quarter and played the entire game. So we'll he showed some good things. I mean, you can obviously see that he is still young, but I mean, the young man has a very strong arm, and once he gets used to what's going on, Heritage is going to have a weapon out there. And for the next 2 years, which is always a good thing for a coach out there with the programs. Quick handoff, and he's going to get outside. He is going to find the edge, holds on to it, and he is going to get run out of bounds at right about the 27-yard line. That is number 3. Big run by the young man. That's Aiden Miller. Looks like once again they ran this play last week early on where they did the fly sweep, and they thought about passing the ball down the field on a little halfback pass. This time they decided to keep it. They're back to their traditional setup here. And we are going to have some movement, it looks like, on Heritage's line. Yep, that is going to back them up 5. Looks like Parker is going to head out of the game and Bowles will show up. Andre Cowley, one of the running backs in the 2 running back set they have. A handoff to Bowles. Bowles is going to get tripped up in the backfield, but he does make it back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And well, they're going to give him a yard, so we'll give it to him as well. 2nd and 14. Man in motion, they're going to give it to the fullback up front. Cowley is going to get back to the 27-yard line, the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Alex Anderson lines up down here at the bottom of the screen. He had a big night last week as well. Going to send the man in motion. Osmond drops back, and that ball is just going to sail out of there. And that's a lot of the things that we saw last week between Osmond and his receivers, just the communication breakdown. You know, Osmond not knowing exactly where his receivers are going to be. And we saw things like that when he miscued. But then we saw some great things when they were on the same page. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take some time. You know, as Osmond comes in, I mean, he's a sophomore. He wasn't intending to start this season really at the varsity level. And so, you know, we're 4 games in this shortened season. There's going to be some communication issues still, and they're going to work through that. And once they do, I think it's going to be a very effective offense. Yeah,
it'll be interesting when we start the regular season
in the fall
of 21-22 season.
Yeah.
Once they've had, you know, they had this little pregame, if you will, and preseason, and then, you know, all summer workouts. You know, if COVID is going to allow them to get back to some kind of normalcy, then there'll be a whole lot of activity in the summer for these guys to get ready for when school starts next year for the fall.
Yeah, for sure.
So 4th down here, Union in a position to get the ball back in some very, very good field position here. Both receivers there standing on the 50. That punt is not going to be very good at all. It's going to go straight up in the air, and it is going to be downed right at the 47-yard line. So Union will take over with very, very good field position.
And if you're a Heritage, those are the types of things that you need to avoid tonight. You know, you need to keep Union's offense off the field, but if you have to punt,
They have to be some good ones.
yeah, you got to give yourself a chance.
You definitely do. Aiden Olson is the running back. Gurman drops back. Got 3 receivers in the route right there and makes the quick catch. That catch is going to get him 5 yards. That's Cole Redman, number 27. Union has 3 receivers here. This time they're going to hand it off to Olson. Olson's going to lower his shoulder and blow himself past the 30 and get taken down at about the 29. That'll bring up a 3rd down and short situation. Tobias Merriweather lined up there in the slot. Gurman drops back, looking for Tobias. He's open. He makes the catch as he gets run out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Nice job there by Tobias to bring that one in, get his feet down before he went out of bounds. That'll move the chains. 1st and 10 from the 11. Play clocks on the field are working tonight. Drops back again, looking for, and the catch is made again. The receiver, once again, Jake Bowen.
Jake Bowen, he did a fantastic job there just to create some separation between him and his defender.
Yeah, he should have just created separation, you know, made it to the corner of the end zone, and Gurman was able to put that on him. Right now, Jake responsible for all the points on the scoreboard here. Pitt set up to kick the extra point this time.
I have a feeling Pitts wants his share.
Yeah, it sure does. And we've got a good kick, so that will push the score to 15-0. 8:48 left to play in the first quarter. Union showing that they are firing on all cylinders right now and are getting some pretty good field position. It is going to be a long night for Heritage if they can't slow this machine down.
Yeah, it certainly will be. You know, I mean, and you take a look, we don't have an official stat of this, but you take a look at Union's 2 offensive possessions, and their time of possession is probably only about 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, they're not eating up a lot of the clock to score.
No.
So, you know. Heritage still not out of the woods. You know, the ball team is much better than they have showed these first 2 defensive series, and they're just gonna have to settle down a little bit and and just kind of work these guys. I mean, they got 2 big guys. I mean, both Jake and Tobias are both over 6'3". I mean, they're big kids, so and so they're going to come with an advantage already. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're set up here for the kickoff. Deep men standing around the 5. This time it is going to get picked up there. And he's going to get back to the 19-yard line, so almost to the 20. And that is number 3, Aiden Miller, the ball carrier. Khalil Osbin bringing his team back out here, getting everybody set up. All right, they got both the running backs back there, Bolds and Cowley. This time a little crossbuck play there. Didn't fool anybody. Bolds is going to get stood up pretty much right there in the backfield And they're going to give up some ground on this one and move the ball back to the 16-yard line and bring up second down. Eli Reynolds runs in the play. He's going to line up out there on the short end side of the field on the numbers. Split backfield. And they're going to give this one to the running back coming in behind. That's going to be another run by Andre Cowley. He's able to get a good amount of that back. Still going to bring up a third down in 7 situation, so we'll see how they come here. I'm sure Union is going to pin their ears back and really come after him hard right now. Anderson lined up down here on the 20-yard line. On the 20-yard marker. Nowhere to go for the backfield for Heritage. That was Bodie Parker trying to get that ball on a delayed handoff coming back the other direction, and the Union defensive line standing in the backfield waiting on him. So for the third time, the T-Wolves are on a 3-and-out situation. And another opportunity for Union to get the ball on some good field position here. Got the punt. This punt goes straight up in the air, essentially. It actually is going to take a better bounce, and it's going to get down right there at the 35-yard line. So the Titans will take over once again, deep in the territory of the T-Wolves.
So far through this first half of the first quarter,
yeah,
Union's played some flawless football, technically, on both sides of it. They really have.
They sure have. They sure have. All right, we got to pay attention here to Mr. Merriweather lined up here at the bottom of the screen. That was his go-to before. They're going to pull this one back out. This time it's going to be like a wildcat situation, as the runner on that play was...
Looks like that was Troy Helenini.
It sure was. So right now, Gurman on the sidelines. Troy also a quarterback, getting some time early in this game. Troy's going to drop back, and that ball is going to get batted down. So Coach Rosenbaugh is changing up quarterbacks very early in this game. Helenini is a junior. Send the man in motion. They're going to hand this off on the fly sweep. He's going to cut that up. He finds open field, bounces that to the outside, and he is almost going to get down there for the touchdown. If not for Aiden Miller, who trips him up there, he may have ran up the sideline over there and got in for another score, but that will bring up now a first down and goal, looks like from the 8-yard line. Marquise Cantu also in the game. Cole Redmond, the intended receiver on that. Helenini not able to make the connection. That'll bring up second and goal. Aiden Iverson now checks into the game as well. So it looks like the Unions are going to play a lot of people this evening.
And I like what Rosenbach is doing here. I mean, he's getting some of his underclassmen some time. I mean, Helahini is going to be his guy in 6 months as we get into the fall. So you might as well put him in some situations where there's still a little bit of pressure and see how he performs. Let him get a feel for it, especially tonight with fans in the field, fans in the stands, the band going. Let him get that experience.
Yeah, sure does. He's going to drop back. Got a receiver in the corner. That is going to be Tobias Merriweather. It's going to be a little too tall even for him to bring down. And that will bring up third down. Nice shot of the Union band. Three receivers set. They're going to send a man in motion. That snap's going to get away from him. Trying to get away from it, and they're going to lose a lot of yards on that one.
Did he fumble that football?
It looks like that's what they're calling that maybe. Yes, he did, and that's what the officials are saying. It was a fumble, so it is going to go back the other way. So great break there for the Heritage T-Wolves.
Yeah, I'll put that one on me. I just said that Union has been playing some flawless football.
Yeah, you have.
I'll take that one, Coach.
You jinxed it. Bad snap, way over the quarterback's head on that one, and he lost a lot of yardage just trying to chase that one down. Heritage will take the ball over on the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 for them there. Caden Bowles is the lone running back this time. Parker into motion. Quick pitch out to Parker. Parker tries to cut that back up the inside. He's going to find his way into the open, and he's going to go down at about the 45-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark him at the 44, so good run there by Bodie Parker, number 21. Eli Reynolds now lines up here on the numbers at the bottom of the screen. Man in motion the other way, another fly sweep. Tries to spin out of that, but he is going to lose a yard on that. Caleb Lemire, the ball carrier on that play. Second down. Lemire and Parker are the two wings on this. Parker in motion this time. He's going to hand this to Keaton Bowles, and he has nowhere to go. He is actually going to lose a couple of yards, and they're going to end up with a third down on the 40-yard line. I tell you what, Heritage's offensive line is having a tough time with Union's defensive line.
Yeah.
They are back there in the backfield just about every single play. They need to do something to slow this line down a little bit. Alex Anderson comes into the game with the play. Another handoff to Bodie. Looks like they'll get him to the 41, but that's all they're going to give him. And that's going to bring up another fourth down, and Heritage punt team's back on the field again.
Yeah, and you're right, Rodney. I mean, it seems like Heritage's offensive line might just be a little bit undersized when it comes to dealing with Union's defensive line.
Yeah.
They can't get a push, and I mean, even with that last play, there seemed to be a small hole, but Union was able to close it so quickly.
Yeah, there was not a whole lot he could do. Liam Boyce standing at around the 35-yard line to receive the punt. And this was going to be one of the better punts. Liam's going to field that at the 40. looking for the outside. Going to use his speed to get around the edge. Good straight arm. And looks like he's going to dance around and get taken down right about the 48-yard line. There is a penalty flag over there, so we'll see where the ball ultimately is going to get spotted. Boyce able to get about 12, 13 yards out of that run. And the penalty is going to go against Heritage, so that will back them up a little further. Where they start. So looks like that was a holding call, so that'll back them down inside the 40 on about the 38-yard line, so it'll be first down from there. So Union starts off after the penalty back on their own side of the field here on the 38. Man in motion, they'll be handed off. Looking for some room, and he is going to run right into the tackler right there at the 40-yard line. Aiden Miller there to make the stop after a 2-yard gain. Union once again running in some new players here. Corey Bozovic lined up down here replacing Tobias Merriweather. Screen play, makes the one-hand catch and brings that one down. And he's just not going to go down. And he's up the sidelines again for a score here. And he is going to put Union on the scoreboard once again for the third time here in the first quarter. Vin Long, number 8 for the Union Titans, on a nice little screenplay, and just refused to give up when he had that. Well, it was tried to be a shoe-sting tackle, and he was able to run right through that. Give some credit there for Corey Bozovic. He was able to make a block out front, so once he did get free, there was nobody else in front of him but the goal line.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. You know, a lot of times you see receivers almost give up in that situation, give up on the block because they think the play's over. And Corey didn't, and it allowed him to open up the rest of the field for Long there.
Sure did. Pitts puts his stamp on the game once again. 22-0 is the score. Minute 33 left to play in this quarter, and we have already got ourselves a lopsided football game.
We certainly do. I mean, there's just so much offensive power here in this Union Titan football team.
Yeah, it sure is.
It's hard to stop, and Heritage has really struggled on both sides of the football.
Yeah, it sure did. They sure did. I mean, they've got they've dug into their roster a little bit on these last two series, and you know, the guys that normally don't get the start or a lot of playing time on Friday nights are in the game, making a difference tonight. So clock held at minute 33 left to play in this quarter as we get ready to kick the ball off here again. Heritage having a tough time trying to get this figured out tonight. They have got to find a way to slow this offense down. Pitt setting up to kick off. Miller, one of the deep men for Heritage. Parker's going to pick this up. Makes the first man miss, gets to the sideline, and he's got to run out of bounds right there. Heritage going to take the ball over on the 32-yard line, 1st and 10 from there. So it's going to be interesting, the play calling here on this series. The stuff that worked for them last week is it's not working right now. They don't have the time for all of that stuff. Needs to be quick hitting. Get the ball out there fast. They've come to like kind of a power situation. Pick up an additional blocker here to kind of help them out. They got a fullback in the game. Osmond drops back, and he is not going to have anywhere to go, and he is going to lose quite a few yards on that. And it's like the 23-yard line is where they're going to set him up at, so it'll be 2nd down from there. 19 yards to go. They need to get back to the 42-yard line for the 1st down.
Yeah, Heritage needs to find something different. I mean, there's a lot of times you look at this Union offense, and there's 9 guys on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, there sure is. Quick pitch trying to get that ball to the outside. Nice little quick inside move there by the running back. He's going to get a couple out of that and get back to the 26-yard line. Alex Anderson, one of their big receivers here, lined up out here on an island with Tobias Merriweather. Another inside handoff. This time, Lemire is going to find an opening, and it is going to be a foot race, but Tobias Merriweather definitely has the angle, but he makes him miss, and he is going to get some extra yards out of that. Great run there. Big run, something that this team really needed. Nice job there by Lemire.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's exactly what Heritage needed. They needed to get the ball to the outside or throw some sort of screen pass over the top to expose the secondary of Union.
Yeah.
I mean, Union's bringing 9 guys, and you
They're
have to find a way.
Hole.
You have to find a way around it, and Heritage was successful in doing it on that play.
All right, well, the best play of the game for them is going to get them a big 1st down. And that big play is going to end the quarter here as we run and get set up here for the 2nd quarter. And we kind of already talked about it as we watch these guys get set up and everything on the football field. The play calling is got to look like something that's going to take advantage of how aggressive they're playing right now.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that's going to end. 9 times out of 10, that's just a lot of screens because it'll slow your linebackers down. And give you some opportunities to do some things. So
right.
We'll see what these guys come up with here in the second quarter, and see how they are going to be able to adjust. I mean, that was a big play there by Lemire, and that is their bread and butter play, and that one was able to break for them. So we'll see what they ultimately what they decide they're going to do to stay consistent and keep the ball in their hands and away from Union's hands. All right, so Heritage is going to start the 2nd quarter with a 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Eli Reynolds lined up on the numbers down at the bottom. Shifting formation out there. And they tried to do a quick pass. Heritage is going to be real lucky here, and they're going to pick up a penalty here. Looks like they're going to get a pass interference call against Eli Reynolds. But they kind of did what we were talking about. It was just kind of a quick slant, and they were just trying to get it to him real quick. Yeah, it's a tough pass to throw that close to the side, to the end zone because everybody is real close. And there's not a whole lot of room. So it looks like we have a player hurt on the sidelines, but didn't quite pick up on the cameras who that might have been. The penalty did bring up pass interference. Half of this to the goal line. It'll bring up 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. The play calls here by the Timberwolves have to be on point and well executed. They need to get some points on the board right here.
Yeah, I certainly agree. I mean, Osmond's really going to have to find his timing to find his receivers or really look for holes.
Another hand up right up the middle. And Bolds is not going to have anywhere to go. He does get a couple of yards out of this. We'll get him down across the 5 into the 4-yard line, it looks like, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Bodie Parker checks back into the game. And here comes Alex Anderson. I think this time they have decided that they're going to go ahead and call a timeout. Field clock had gotten dangerously close to 0, and they are in too good a field position to take a delay a game penalty. So head coach decides he is going to bring the team over and talk about it a little bit. Let's talk about it a little bit. What do you think? What do you think needs to happen here, aside from scoring?
Well, what I would like to see happen is I would like to see Heritage really just try to run the ball up the gut. They've got 4 yards to go, and can they muscle it into the end zone? That's what I would like to see. Is it going to happen? I'm not too sure, right? I mean,
that's a tall order right now, the way we've been seeing them play so far.
Yeah, it certainly is. And so I'm taking a look at it, and we're probably looking at some sort of maybe play action, sweep out to the outside, right, to get to that far corner and find some room, and hopefully you can go ahead and evade those corners from Union.
All right, so J.S. Lewis actually checks into the game, and when he's in there, he normally plays kind of a blocking back, fullback type position for him. And that's where he's lined up today, and they have got Bolds as the lone running back. Quick pitch to the outside. He's going to look for the edge, but he is bobbling the pitch, and he is not going to be able to get anywhere. It looks like he's going to actually lose a yard. That's too bad, because if he was able to catch that the first time, Lewis had set an edge for him to get around to the outside. So, it's a tough situation where the block was there for you and you weren't able to secure the ball to get around the edge there. It's going to bring up 3rd down now. Lewis still in the game as the fullback. Inside handoff this time. Lemire is going to keep the ball. Nice little run for Lemire as he gets down to the 2-yard line.
And that is going to give them 1st down, I believe. So they're going to get 4 more tries at this.
No, they should have put the pads down a long time ago. They're confusing everybody standing up there.
Oh, confusing me.
Yeah. Nice little handoff here. Bowles is going to get in, and he is going to twist his way into the end zone to get some points on the board here in the second quarter. Nice run. Nice series there for, had the big play, and then they were able to just, get enough to keep the ball moving and get the ball into the end zone. So 9:54 in quarter two, and Heritage is able to put some points on the scoreboard.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that Heritage can take away from that drive, aside from the 6 points, is they're starting to play against this Union defense a little bit. They've had a little bit of different play calls that they've started to see some success with that we didn't see in the first 2 offensive series.
That is true. The kick is going to get off, and they're going to score. So Heritage able to get that goose egg off the scoreboard and make it 22-7. A lot to be said now. Offensively, Union has put in some of their twos to, to kind of play the game. But, we have to say it that Heritage scored on this series against Union's first team.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So, in case anybody's thinking that, they scored against their twos, now that was their number one guy still out there on the field when Lemire was able to snap off that great big run. So that gives them a little hope and a little understanding that hold those blocks a little longer on the line, and they've got an opportunity because, if you can let their skill guys get loose, they can make this a game again.
Right, for sure. Yeah, I mean, that touchdown brings the score within 2 scores.
It sure does.
And if they can get a stop here on this possession, that's going to swing a lot of momentum their way and a lot of confidence.
Yeah, it sure will.
As we finish up the second half.
Merriweather and Boyce, the 2 deep men. Both of them standing around the 20, so not anticipating a very deep kick here by the kicker. And he is going to kick that one out of bounds, so Heritage is going to take the ball. Union is going to take the ball over on their 35-yard line.
Yeah, if that ball would have hung in the air just a second longer, Heritage had an opportunity to recover that.
Yeah, they sure did. All right, Gurman back at the helm. Back in the game is the starting quarterback. Aiden Olson, number 4, the running back for him. Three receivers lined up here at the bottom. Redmond lined up at the bottom here, number 24 on the 40-yard line. Play action pass right across the middle, and that's going to go in and out of the hands of the receiver. Jake Bowen not able to bring that one in. And that'll bring up second down. Time he is going to hand it off to the running back. He's going to find some open space and get across midfield. Nice 12-yard scamper there by Aiden Olson.
Yeah, it was something a little different that I don't think the Heritage defense was quite expecting.
Yeah.
Union is throwing the ball in the air quite a bit tonight and just reset those expectations.
Slot receivers now on both sides. Quarterback drops back, looking for a man downfield. He's got a man open. He's going to make the catch, and in and out of the hands. He was wide open. That looked like that was Cole Redmond.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Number 27 there. He had was able to get behind the receivers, just wasn't able to pull that one in.
Yeah, the ball was just slightly underthrown.
Second and 10. 3 receivers set down here on the bottom. Gurman looking for a screen pass. He's going to get Tobias Merriweather. Merriweather finds open field, and he is gone. Nobody's going to catch that young man. Touchdown. That was a track meet right there.
It certainly was. Tobias Merriweather is so quick.
He sure is.
Not only is fast,
Sure
he's quick to get up to his top speed as well. And it makes him so hard to catch, especially when he's into open space.
But that's going to get called back. We got a holding penalty against the Titans, so that'll bring up second down, and we'll see where the holding penalty caught. And it was set up as a screen play, so it looks like probably one of the linemen downfield was holding here.
It's a big break for Heritage.
Yeah, it sure is. Holding happened downfield. They marked it from the spot of the hold, so backed them up 10, brings up second and 11. Gurman again has a man wide open. Not exactly sure what was going on there. The ball looked to be overthrown. The intended receiver on that was Corey Bozovich. Not able to bring that one in. I kind of thought that the safety there for Heritage was going to come up and pick that one at first.
Yeah.
But he just kind of let it sail and ended up making contact, and Bozovich puts a big hit on him as he runs by. Drops back again. Gurman's looking downfield. As a man coming across late. And that is Jaden Jones, number 7. So for the first time tonight, Union is going to have a fourth down situation, and Sonny Pitts is out there to kick it away.
Yeah, that's a big turn of events for Heritage. Giving up 6 to turn around and making Union punt.
Yeah.
And getting the ball back.
Sure is. It sure is. And we are going to get a
delay a game.
Delay a game. If that, yep, that's exactly what we're going to get here. It's Union having a tough time getting the right personnel out there on the field for the punt. Back them up about 5 more. Still fourth down. Looks like they may have it figured out now. Everybody runs back on the field with plenty of time left now on the field clock. Pitts gets this one off. Low punt, kind of a driving one. Going to take a hop. He's going to try to pick it up. And almost, we'll see what goes on there. But he fumbled that ball around. Heritage does look like they were able to fall on it. Lucky enough for them. Miller down there was the one who tried to scoop it off the carpet and almost lost it.
It's so dangerous trying to pick up those low-driven punts because they skip and they bounce. You're never quite sure of where that ball's going to go.
Yeah, you sure are not. Heritage quick to the line, trying to look how many people Union has in the box here. And it looks like they're going to get a couple of yards out of this before they're stopped. Not much there for the ball carrier. I tell you what, they are coming with everything.
They are.
I mean, they're daring them to throw the football.
Yeah, we really haven't seen this formation out of Union and Coach Rosenbach.
No, they're a running football team, and right now Union has got the answer for them. You know, there is not a whole lot going on here. We'll see what's up. Going to send the man in motion. Quick pitch. And once again, there is nowhere for him to go as the Union defense is just swarming all over these guys right now. That'll bring up another third down.
Yeah, Osmond here has to become comfortable with throwing the football.
Yeah, sure does. He doesn't have time right now. I mean, quick screens and quick passes is the only thing that's going to help him out. You guys got a chance to see the picture of the fans, the family, and the friends in the stands right now, so that was nice to see. Here we go again. 10 in the box, just about. Inside pass, there we go, finds the opening. That's the one thing you have to be careful of is that play. If it springs, once he gets past the line of scrimmage, there's nobody else. So that's the one thing Union's got to be careful about on that because they are putting so many men in the box that they have got to make the tackle, either in the backfield or right there at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets to level 2, there's nobody back there.
Yeah, and Caden Bolds was almost able to break through there.
Yeah, he sure was.
A shoestring saved Union Titans there from giving up another 6.
Yeah, it sure did. .11 seconds now on the play clock. Looks like Heritage is still trying to decide what they want to do. Somebody's going to have to call a timeout here pretty quick, or they are going. There we go. Timeout looks like it's going to get called by the T-Wolves to try to see if they're going to if the staff's over there trying to decide on, if this is the time in the game to go for it with this type of field position.
I think it's a tough call.
It is. It is. I mean, you definitely think about, calling the right play to get these 2 yards and keeping Union's offense off the field. But if it doesn't work out, you can't give Union this type of field position.
No, you
can't.
can't.
That's not fair to the T-Wolves defense, actually.
It's not, but at the same time, you're looking at a 4-2 situation.
Yeah.
The punt team hasn't performed particularly great tonight.
Yeah, that is true.
Right? So
they are going to go with the punt team. All right, we're 4th and 2. T-Wolves are going to bring out the punt team. Punt goes straight up in the air, and it's going to be fair caught right there at the 45-yard line. Jake Bolds there makes the catch. Union takes the ball over right there, going back the other direction. Long back in the game as the running back. Just going to fake it. Has a man through the middle of the field. That's going to be Bolds again. Jake's there to make the catch. And is going to get some nice additional yards after it's going down at the 35 to move the chains. First down and 10.
It's another big catch by Jake Bowen.
Yep.
He's having a big night so far tonight.
It sure is. Bowen there to make the stop for the T-Wolves. Drops back again, looking for a man down the middle. Right up the seam of the field, unable to put that one on him. Rebman, the intended receiver. I take that back. That was number 37, McKenzie Stadium. Rebman and Bowen, the two receivers, slotted down here at the bottom of the screen. Gurman with a whole lot of time to make that pass. He was able to scan the entire football field before he decided to let that ball go.
Yeah, he was. He was able to look at several different receivers and find the open man.
Yeah, and that he was able to catch. That was Jake Bowen. Started out on this side of the field and ran all the way across to the other side to make that catch. So that just let you know how much time Gurman is getting out there. Bowman came up a little gimpy, so down there working with the trainers. Hand off to the running back who cuts it up front, and he is going to go in for the score. McKenzie Stadium, number 37, is the Union Titan to put some score on the board. Sharing the love here with the all kinds of defense and skill players getting an opportunity to do some big things here tonight. Score back 28. Getting back the 6 points that was lost when Merriweather had that nice run on the end that was taken back. It was negated for the holding. Pitts, another good kick. And that's going to make it 29-7. 5:32 left to play, and the Titans have yet to be stopped with any real consistency. They punted once.
Yeah, I mean, they've been extremely efficient on the offensive side of the football tonight. And they found a way to stop this Heritage defense. Rosenbach came in with a plan tonight and said, we're going to make them throw the ball, and Heritage just doesn't have time.
Yeah, they sure don't. They sure don't. And they need to find a way to get them some time, you know. Hopefully here at halftime, they bring out the chalkboard there and try to figure out, do a little scheming and just trying to figure out ways to slow these guys down because, I mean, now they're just super, super aggressive.
Yeah.
And you know, there are ways to combat that and take advantage of it and slow them down a little bit so then you can kind of get back to your original offense and the plays that you normally like to call. But right now, you've got to take advantage of how aggressive they're playing right now and see if you can't get some quick things going on for yourselves. Ready here for the kickoff. Takes that back to the middle of the field. Takes a nice little hit, but it doesn't take him down to the ground as he gets a couple of more yards out of that. It's Aiden Miller. Heritage to get the ball on the 24-yard line. First down and 10. Heritage quick to the line. Two wings. Send a man in motion, and they're going to hand this one off to Cowley. Cowley's going to try to find the edge, and it looks like they're going to get him back to the line of scrimmage and bring up 2nd and 10. Eli Reynolds lines up here at the bottom of the screen. Stack receivers. Trips formation. It's time a handoff to Cowley. Cowley finds the open room now. We'll see if he's going to be able to make this all the way. He's going to get chased down. Nice open field tackle by the linebacker for the Union Titans as Cowley snaps off a nice 50-yard run here to get these guys in some good field position once again. So 2 big runs in each of those series, and we'll see how they are able to capitalize on this.
Yeah, and both of those big runs came from finding an outside seam and able to get it, really through that secondary outside of the box.
Thurman Bibbins able to run him down and save the touchdown here. Another handoff. Caden Bolds that time the recipient of the ball. He's going to get 2 yards. I think what helped him out on that one play there, that last big play, tripped receivers and they bunched him. It forced Union to kind of loosen up what was going on out there on the line of scrimmage, because you can't ignore them even if you know that they aren't going to run it. You just can't let those guys stand out there. So you have to line up, and it might just be, Heritage using some different formations to force Union to line up the way they need them to create some success. They're back to that formation once again, a bunch setup. It automatically makes them loosen up things. But you got to make sure you block the linebacker as he comes through. Somebody has got to pick him up. It's going to bring up 3rd down now and 7. Bodie Parker lines up as a receiver on the far side. Another inside handoff, and they're sitting there waiting for him. The defensive lineman and a linebacker sitting there waiting for the handoff to happen.
Yeah, the problem is nobody picked that linebacker up on the Heritage side. And he was free to come in and,
he
and make
stepped
the
across
stop.
in that gap and just waited for the ball to come back to him. This is definitely 4-down territory, and we'll see what if they can get them some success here. Brady Culp now lined up on the far side. Throws back for the screen, and that's kind of what we were talking about. That's the type of thing that needs to happen. Came at him a little too quick. They're going to turn the ball over on downs, but that's the right play.
It is.
The screen play is the right play. So they'll turn that over on downs. Union will come back on the field with their offense. And Alex Gurman back in as the starting quarterback. Going to send that in motion. They're going to hand it off here right up the middle for a great run by the running back there, who's going to get some extra yards out of that. And that's going to be long. Long, a senior running back for the Titans. Quarterback drops back, looking for a man down the seam. And you put that right on him. You just got to bring those in. Marquise Cantu, the intended receiver. Cantu, only a junior. Redmond lines up here right on the seam. Quarterback drops out again, a quick little handout, and he is going to come up and take a pop. That time Long is. T-Wolf corner read that perfectly. And that's Lewis. Comes up and puts a pop on him. They'll lose some yards out of that, and I think that's the first play of this game that they had negative yards on a play.
I believe so.
Coach Rosenbaugh is going to call timeout here.
Well, there was that one other one with the high snap.
Looks like Rosenbaugh might be a little concerned with the hit. I'm not quite sure. He led with his head on that hit. He did hit him hard.
He hit him hard.
It looked legal from up here.
Yeah, from up here it looked like a clean hit, but I'd be worried about that hit too. He got hit hard.
Yeah, he did. As long as Lewis's head stayed up, you can hit him as hard as you want to.
Yeah.
So, you just got to be careful with that. But that big hit brings up a 3rd down and 14 for the Titans. Union now has 2 running backs in the backfield. Down to the last 50 seconds of this half. Another screen to Tobias. This is the last play he scored a touchdown on. Nice stiff arm as he fights his way to the outside and is going to get run out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. Looks like they have him going out about the 43, so that'll bring up
4th and 1.5.
4th and some short distance. Trip receivers here. Quarterback drops back, has a man crossing across the middle. Tries to scramble out. He breaks free. He's still running. And he is going to make it across the line of scrimmage and get some extra yards for the 1st down. Nice little scramble, though, by the quarterback.
That's a great little scramble there. Extends the drive. It leaves you in a position to get 6 more points before the half.
It sure does. It sure does. So 1st and 10 there from the 36-yard line. 27 seconds left to play in the first half of football here. Union calls a timeout. At this point, when you see him calling timeouts on things like this, and people, kind of wonder, why don't you just let the clock run out? Right now, it's just about making sure these kids play good, clean football. I mean, you're looking, you want mistake-free football played. That's why you continue to coach all the way to the last seconds. No matter what the score is, you still want, mistake-free football. And you want to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. In situations like this where you're sitting – 1st and 10 with 27 seconds left, you may find yourself later in the season where you need to score with this type of situation. So you put these situations in a game, and it allows you to practice way more effective than any type of practice that you can do.
You are correct. Long's in the backfield with him. Quarterback drops back, and this time he is going to take a sack for the first time tonight. So good job there by the T-Wolves. Good job there by the T-Wolves for the 2nd time, giving the Titans some field positions that they're not used to dealing with in this game.
Yeah, it looks like the Titans there did go ahead and spike the football to stop the clock.
So 11 seconds left to play. Titans still trying to end this on a good note here. Looking for a man down the field. Oh, and it's going to get picked off. Great job, and he is going to go up the sideline. I don't think he's going to find anybody who's going to be able to catch him as he goes all the way for the touchdown. Great job for the pick six for the corner for the T-Wolves as that runs time out of the clock of the halftime here.
I don't have a number on my roster.
I don't have a number 18 on my roster either. Definitely want to give that young man all the credit he deserves on that pick because he just kind of sat there.
He sat and he waited.
Just kind of waited. Almost baited Gurman to go ahead and let that one go.
Mm-hmm.
And then came right up on the end and picked that one off. Great job by that young man.
Yeah, that's a great defensive play. And more importantly, that brings this ball game within 2 scores again.
Yeah, it sure does.
Right at halftime. And Heritage is going to get the football at half.
They are. So that's going to make it great. That's going to give them a better opportunity. So with no time left on the clock as we run out the first half, the T-Wolves put some points on the board on a pick six. Going to get the kickoff, and that's going to be good. So that is going to make the score 29. Yeah, they're going to change the score over there. 29-14. There we go as we run out the half. Good way for the T-Wolves to go into halftime with some pretty good momentum, knowing they're going to get the ball back. I think they did get a glimpse of what screens might be able to do for them. So we'll step aside here. We're looking forward to some great football and some good opportunities for the T-Wolves. Hopefully, they're going to be able to stop the train that is the Union Titans, but we'll see. We'll see at the third quarter. This is Rodney Lawrence, Ryan Vastbinder, EPS Sports. We'll see you in about 15 minutes.
Hello and welcome to the EPS Inspires Update. I'm Craig Birnbeck. And while we're excited to be welcoming more and more students back into our buildings, there are some systems that have been developed during the pandemic that can benefit students in every learning scenario. That's definitely the case with the awesome targeted tutoring program where Union High School students are helping middle and elementary school kids stay on track.
But now we're going to break it down even more.
That's Union High School senior Astoria Moore helping out a group of Burnt Bridge Creek students.
What's 500 minus 20?
Actually, she's more than just helping out. She's tutoring them in math.
So I just want them to be the most comfortable with math that they possibly can be.
This is all part of a targeted tutoring program that pairs top Union High School students with elementary and middle school students for online sessions.
What we're doing is we're writing down 494.
There's about 20 really committed tutors right now.
The idea started with Kelsey Burris, Union High School's STEM Academy advisor.
So here you go. We were able to start actually at Frontier Middle School with this focused tutoring program where we work with the teachers to identify students that need help, and then they help provide our high school students with activities.
Osvaldo, who is your math teacher this year?
Burris and other staff members are there to advise and monitor the actual tutoring sessions, but it's the high school students who are really managing the program.
So now where are we going to put the 10 to add it correctly? I guess it's really nice when, you get the actual response from the kids and it seems like they're actually learning something.
And this program is a win-win as the younger students and older students are both benefiting.
Bye, thank you for helping me even though I was behind.
They're learning. Yes, their assignments have really changed. They get a lot more things correct because they have the tutor that's helping them.
I guess it's been an opportunity to improve my communication just in general.
What is 4 times 3? Do you guys know?
But this isn't just about the lesson plans. This is about life lessons, mentoring, and just connecting.
The kids are definitely asking more questions than they would in a class with a teacher because they're less shy of these high schoolers. They think of them as their sibling, as mentors.
Oh, I had the biggest smile on my face. It's such a big compliment for people to be like, oh, I can relate to you, or that helped me out so much.
Now, while this program was born during the pandemic, the hope is that it will continue to grow even when we get back to what we consider more normal school.
Just yesterday, we opened it up to even the dual immersion program because we got a Spanish tutor. So every week, we just keep growing and growing.
Good job, guys. I think making an impact on people is the best possible legacy you could ever leave.
And we'll see you next week, hopefully. It's great to see all of you.
District administrators are working with school staff and the Union High School students to grow this program even more, and the hope is it will continue for years to come. For Evergreen Public Schools, I'm Craig Burnback.
Hello, I'm Matt Griffin with this EPS Inspires moment. We've been showing you how, as a result of the coronavirus, our high school theater programs are rising to the challenge of performing together even when they must be apart. I recently had a chance to speak with students from Evergreen High School about their upcoming radio play productions of Dracula and Frankenstein.
While each radio play doesn't necessarily begin with, "It was a dark and stormy night," Senior Blake Stout, who plays Dracula, says that mood is definitely what students are going for.
The thing we're trying to accomplish here is actually trying to not be what people would expect in the beginning, but as the time goes on, it starts to get scarier and scarier.
Students have been rehearsing via Zoom for up to 10 hours a week for the past 9 weeks. I asked about the challenges of recording sessions and rehearsals over Zoom.
For me personally, I'll be ready. I'll be ready to go. I'll be following along in the script, and then my line's next, and then my Wi-Fi cuts out.
Parker Brown, who plays the creature in Frankenstein, says he and his castmates are rising to the challenge of bringing characters to life using their voices alone.
I curse the day I made you.
As do I, Frankenstein.
When Victor, creates them and he brings them to life, he does start with all these noises because he doesn't understand and he's trying to speak, but he doesn't know how. But you slowly see throughout the play that he starts to learn quickly how to communicate and speak. So the first half, I am very just noises, and the second half, I'm speaking.
Naomi Ball, a sophomore, says moving from a stage production to a set of radio plays does have its advantages for friends and family stuck at home because of the coronavirus.
The most rewarding part is just getting to have this opportunity to still do theater, even if we're not in person, just because theater means so much to so many people. And hearing people say oh, I listened to the radio play, you did such a great job, even if I don't have that audience there with me, is just so encouraging, because I was able to send my uncle who lives across the state the radio play, and they got to hear what I've done, and it's just really encouraging.
And that's what Logan Fisher wants listeners to get out of these productions as well, that the show must go on, albeit in a different type of production.
I think that what I really want people to get out of this is I want them to know how much work we put into it and how polished it's going to be. Because I think a lot of people are thinking that a radio play is just a excuse for what we used to do. But in reality, it's just a completely different art form. And we're trying something really new and putting our all into it.
The Evergreen High School theater productions of Dracula and Frankenstein will stream on April 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. For information on how to listen, check out the website at the bottom of your screen or look for it in the comments section for this video. For Evergreen Public Schools, I'm Matt Griffin.
Right now, the COVID-19 vaccines are available to millions of Americans, and soon they will be available to everyone.
This vaccine means hope. It will protect you and those you love from this dangerous and deadly disease.
I want to go back to work and I want to be able to move around.
To visit with Michelle's mom, to hug her and see her on her birthday.
You know what I'm really looking forward to is going to opening day in Texas Ranger Stadium with a full stadium.
We've lost enough people and we've suffered enough damage.
In order to get rid of this pandemic, it's important for our fellow citizens to get vaccinated.
I'm getting vaccinated because we want this pandemic to end as soon as possible.
So we urge you to get vaccinated when it's available to you.
So roll up your sleeve and do your part.
This is our shot.
Now it's up to you.
Hello and welcome to this EPS Information Update. I'm Craig Birnbach. Now, as we begin to bring more students back into school buildings for in-person learning, we want to revisit what's being done to make our schools as safe as possible for the return of students, staff, and visitors. Our approach is being guided by the best available science and direction from state education leaders and state and local health departments.
We're taking guidance from state and local health and education officials, but we can and are going further than the recommendations to take care of our students and staff in our schools.
So what will students, staff, and visitors experience when they enter our schools? Well, all Evergreen Public School staff are required to take a training course on COVID-19 infection prevention. COVID captains, as they've been nicknamed, have visited every one of our schools to help make sure schools are as safe as possible.
We walk through every school with an eye on social distancing, the personal protective equipment we would need, and how our custodial staff would need to conduct enhanced cleaning procedures.
The district purchased masks and other personal protective equipment and cleaning supplies. Our maintenance staff is working tirelessly to make sure our HVAC systems are in proper working order, have the latest filters, and have increased outdoor air ventilation as much as possible. As students and staff come to school each day, they or their parents will have to submit a daily attestation through their Skyward account that they're not showing any signs of illness and have not been in close contact with someone who has a confirmed or suspected case of COVID-19 infection. Students or whose parents don't or forget to submit the certification will have to go through a health screening, including a temperature check, completed by a school employee. If students pass the health screening, they will be allowed to return to class, but only after their parent or guardian has been contacted. So what will it be like when students enter school? Of course, any person entering an Evergreen Public Schools facilities building is required to correctly wear a face covering that is consistent with health department rules, over the mouth and over the nose. In front offices and other student interaction offices, there are plexiglass barriers like you may have seen at your local grocery store. In all of our schools, from classrooms to auditoriums and more, there will be social distancing requirements, keeping students and staff 6 feet apart. Our analysis has shown that 12 to 15 students can sit 6 feet apart and still meet social distancing guidelines in most of our classrooms. For students who must meet with specialists or who have one-on-one aides, social distancing will be maintained as much as possible, depending on the student's specific physical or learning needs. Our custodial contractor, ABM, is using a comprehensive cleaning program using approved but less toxic products to help control the spread of COVID-19. In addition to the normal cleaning routine, ABM will perform enhanced cleaning on common high-touch surfaces like doorknobs, light switches, and handrails. Teachers will limit the use of shared hands-on teaching materials, and classrooms will have disinfecting wipes available for the occasional cleaning of manipulatives, toys, and equipment. Keep in mind that some shared equipment, like computer lab keyboards, musical instruments, or cameras, can be damaged by cleaning solutions. In those instances, students will need to follow a hand-washing strategy before they use that equipment, which is always, of course, a good idea. When it comes to recess, students will need to wear masks while they play outside and maintain social distancing. There will be playground monitors, helping make sure kids are playing as safely as possible. Students will be asked to wash their hands or use hand sanitizer after being outside on the playground. When it comes to meals, our food service provider, Chartwells, will be preparing prepackaged grab-and-go breakfast and lunch that elementary school students will eat in their classrooms. Middle and high school students will have a variety of locations available to eat their meals depending on the school. Of course, students will be allowed to remove their masks to eat, but must keep them on while packing and unpacking their meals and must maintain social distancing during their meal times. Each school has a designated social distancing team, typically led by the school principal.
Our job is going to be to make sure that students and staff follow the guidelines. Social distancing, proper use of face coverings, frequent hand washing, proper cleaning procedures, and traffic flow. Basically, how do we get students and staff safely in and out of our buildings?
We also want to mention that there are updated procedures for getting students safely to and from school.
Since the spring, we've been working with transportation experts to develop new policies and procedures to enhance the safety for all our students on our school buses.
That means, again, that masks will be worn properly on buses, enhanced cleaning procedures for buses, and assigned seating arrangements will fit with social distancing requirements. A big question on everyone's mind is what happens if a student or staff member is exposed to the coronavirus at school or outside of school. We have thorough quarantine and screening protocols spelled out in guidelines that were prepared in consultation with our district health staff and the state and local health departments. These guidelines cover the length of time a student or staff member must quarantine away from school if they are positive, have been exposed, or are showing symptoms, contact tracing procedures, and how we will notify other students or staff members who are considered a close contact according to public health guidelines. For more specifics on these guidelines and other information, please go to our Returning to School page on our website. Now, we know that this is a lot to take in, and it's certainly not all we're doing, but we wanted to give you a look at what's being done as we bring students back into the school buildings under the guidance of state and local health leaders. For Evergreen Public Schools, I'm Craig Burnback.
I hear someone go, "Didn't it come from you guys?"
Strangers cough at me.
Move away from me.
Someone spit towards my direction. All the stereotypes that we've worked so hard to break are just going to be reversed. And I won't let that happen.
We all have to play our part.
I donate my plasma.
I've been making masks.
We deserve respect as much as everybody else.
I'm a firefighter, not a virus.
I'm a mask maker, not a virus.
I'm a nurse.
I'm a delivery woman, chef, a neighbor, artist.
Bus driver.
I'm a doctor.
Fight the virus. Fight the virus.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision. Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah. Invent.
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world.
Told you she's super smart.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
As the COVID-19 vaccines become available, you might be asking yourself, should I get it? And if I do, will I be able to go about life without putting my family at risk? You've got questions, and that's normal. The fact is, the vaccines are safe and effective. They're going to save lives. To get the latest on the COVID-19 vaccines, visit getvaccineanswers.org, because getting back to the moments we miss starts with getting informed. It's up to you.
Field, catches it for a touchdown. Would you look at that? Evergreen, would you look at that? Cool with the big three. Very. Takes it all the way now. Nice. Welcome you back here to the second half of the game out here at McKenzie Stadium, where the Union Titans are out here battling the Heritage T-Wolves. Scored 29-14, if you're just now joining us, for the second half of this game. This is EPS Sports. I'm Rodney Lawrence with my buddy Ryan Vass-Binder here with me. Just want to welcome everybody back again here from Comcast Channel 28 or 328. Also share with everybody that you know that if you are not in Comcast area, that you can pick us up on the internet through YouTube. Go to the Evergreen School District YouTube channel, EPS Sports, and hit streaming. You'll be able to pick up the game live as we call it this evening. Just a little bit quick thing about what happened in the first half here, just a little quick synopsis. It was pretty much a Union's first half. Shining light there for Heritage, a pick six at the end of the first half. Unfortunately, I went down to try to find out what that young man's name was. His number is 18, so we definitely want to give him the credit for the pick six and to run that all the way back for the touchdown to bring the score to 14 for the 29-14. So I'm sure a lot of conversation was had in the Heritage, well, not in the locker room because we're not allowed to do that during the social distancing, but they were over there on the side of the football field. And I'm sure it was just talking about finding ways to take advantage of the aggressiveness of this Union defense, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be really curious to see how they come out here in this first offensive possession and see kind of how they line up. If we see some different formations, that kind of thing, if we see a few more screen passes that really kind of opens up that Union defense and allows them to be successful on the ball.
All right, well, we are off with the second half of play. And nice little quick movement up there across the 30-yard line. Looks like they're going to make it to about the 32. Oh, no, they have the ball set. Yeah, so I'm correct here. It should be the 32-yard line. First down and 10 from the 32. All the entire first half, Newman was putting at least eight in the box in most downs, and we'll kind of see what that looks like here in the second half, and if Heritage has found a way to get around that. They are spreading them out a little bit with the traditional spread offense and give the ball right up the middle. Still have to make that block initially on the front line, which seems to be Heritage's biggest problem in the first half, is just being able to make the blocks and hold them on the line. Union's defensive line has made the majority of the tackles tonight.
Yeah, they have. And if Heritage wants to see any type of success, they, like you said, they have to pick up that first linebacker as they come in.
Yeah.
If not, it's going to be a long half here.
So they lose some yardages on that first play there, and it'll bring up second down and 11. Two-back set. Now they're going to call timeout. Oh, and it looks like they did run out of time. Oh, they got it before they got the delay of game. The referee did throw his penalty flag, but the timeout had already been called. Looks like there might have been a mix-up on the formation they needed. There, Lemire was going to be set up as a wing or in the backfield as a running back alongside of Bowles. So they'll go get all that figured out. Come back out here and try to do something positive.
Yeah, late in that first half, Heritage did see some success with setting up a bunch of trips down on the near side of the field.
Yeah.
And on the short side of the field. And so I'll be curious to see if we see more of that as this half develops, if they can build on that and show that they're able to move the football.
Yeah. Well, if you look at the traditional lineup that they were using in the first half, they were, the single back with two wings. That allows Union to put 8 in the box. Yeah. And still be able to defend what's going on. Spreading these guys out and creating some space is definitely going to be something that has a better chance of working in their favor. So we'll see how they come out. This time they have 3 running backs, so fully a power situation and tight ends in the game. And that play is not going to make it back to the line of scrimmage either. As the DN for Union comes right up, contains, and crashes down and makes that tackle. The thing is nobody was there to take care of him.
Right.
He was able to come free down the line and make that stop. He should have been kicked out. And that is Liam Mallory. I think that was number 11 who made the tackle. No, I'm sorry, that's number 15 who made the tackles. Let's go make sure we get the right names here. And that's A.J. Adoran. Another handoff right up the middle for little to no gain. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. So a little bit of the same thing we saw, you know, in the first half. Trying to create some power football right now. When right now they're not winning the battle at the line of scrimmage. Makes it real tough. I don't care how many running backs you put in the game and run at it. If you can't get a push, you're not going to get what you want done. Punt. This is going to be caught on the fly, and he is going to run out of bounds inside the 40-yard line.
There was a flag that came in late, the 45-yard line.
Yeah, I see him talking to the Whitecap about it. We'll see what the call was, and it's going to be holding against Union. So that'll back him up a little bit. So that'll put them back in their own territory. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Handoff right up the middle, looking for some extra yardage as he tries to bounce that one outside. It's Jaden Jones. Aiden Olson, running back first half, looked like Jaden's going to handle the responsibilities right here in the third quarter. Going to play action right down the middle once again. And that is going to be, I do believe that is, Tobias Merriweather. Makes the big catch right in the middle, gets some extra yards after the catch. Brings him down to the 32-yard line for the first down.
That was a great toss by Gurman, who was right on the button. That ball's a little bit behind Merriweather, it could be picked off.
Yeah, it sure could. Little play action on that last one. This time they're going to give it to Jones. Jones is going to get a nice run as he makes it down to the 25-yard line before he stopped. There's 7 yards on that play. Quarterback drops back, hits Jones in the flats there. Nice little run there for Jones as he gets across the 20 and is going to get run out of bounds at the 18-yard line. And that is just enough to move the chains, 1st and 10. All right, well, we're going to come back on the ball here. We've got 3 receiver side on the far side of the field. Quarterback drops back, has a man right in the middle of the field. He's going to make the catch, turns and gets up the field down to a 5. And that is going to be Kellen Milliken, who makes the catch right there in the middle of the field. 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Play action, looking for Tobias in the corner. Tobias is able to bring that one down before he gets out of bounds. Another big throw, big catch, and big touchdown for the Union Titans.
That was
pitch and catch. Pitch and catch.
It is, but it was another great throw by Kermit.
Yeah,
I mean, he just threw it up and he allowed Merriweather to go up and get it, put it in a spot where a defender couldn't reach it.
All right, Pitt's here to see if he can push it a little further away. And that is going to be good. 36-14. Union coming into the third quarter looking just like they did in the first two quarters in the first half of this game. Just an unstoppable offense and defense. I mean, we keep talking about you got to keep their offense off the field, but the defense is you have got to give them a whole lot of credit.
Yeah, you really do. And Coach Rosenbach was looking to go into halftime being up 4 scores. Instead, he was up 2.
Yeah.
And knowing Coach down there, that fired him up. And he knew he was going to come out firing and wanted to put 6 or 7 back up on the scoreboard with the first possession that they got.
Yeah, because I'm sure they kind of felt like they got robbed of that at the end of the first half with that pick 6.
Yeah.
All right. Heritage with another opportunity to eat up some game clock. Union set for the kickoff. Great kick right there to the 5. And he's going to get down to about the 25, 26-yard line before he is stacked up. And then it's going to be Miller, the ball carrier there. Good field position, gets him across the 20, down to the 26-yard line, and first down from there. Osmond, the starting quarterback here for the second half. Three running back set. T formation. Handoff here. Tries to bounce that outside, but there is nowhere he can go. Nice tackle there by Corey Bozovic as he steps up and eludes the block and maintains the edge and doesn't allow that play to bounce to the outside. So doing his job as contained on that play. We'll bring up a 2-yard loss, 2nd and 12. Eli Reynolds breaks the huddle. He lines up here at the bottom of the screen. Merriweather's lined up across from him. Looking for the receiver. And Bodie Parker, the intended receiver on that. Also want to let everybody know that Bodie Parker was also a recipient of the Rigo Award the Rigo Scholarship, so we want to congratulate that young man for that as well. Heritage breaks the formation. Osmond set up. Now they're back in their traditional wing formation here. They're going to send the man in motion. They're going to hand this ball off. Double handoff. Parker finds some opening in the middle of the field. Nice run by Parker as he gets down to the 40-yard line before he is stopped. Parker looks like he might have got banged up a little bit on that play. Looks like he's going to be all right, probably just his hand or something. We'll see him soon, hopefully. Officials continue to wind the clock as we're down to 6:13 left to play in the third quarter. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Heritage on the move. Fullback wing situation. Nice little jab step to get out across the line of scrimmage. Looks like they're going to have him right at about the 42-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 8. This time they'll set the fullback up on the far side. Another inside handoff. Tries to bounce that, and he is not going to be able to, as he's going to be drugged down from behind. Levi Harms, the tackler.
The Union defensive line has just been so quick and powerful tonight.
Yeah, they sure have. They sure have. Strong side to the far side. Osmond drops back, looking for a man able to make the catch, but he is going to get back to the 40-yard line, so it'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll bring up 4th down and 10, which will bring the punting team back on the field for Heritage. I think that's his first pass he completed today for Osmond.
It has been. There was in this offensive set, there were some things that I liked. They were doing things a little differently. They spread the ball out a little bit more. They saw a little bit of success with it, and I would like to see more of it as they come back when they get the football again.
Yeah, that'd be good. Union not even trying to block it. And this ball is going to be caught as he goes down to a knee, so the ball will be taken over right there. Liam Boyce brings that in. 1st down and 10 going the other direction. Marquise Cantu back in the game as a receiver. Along with Kellen Milliken, number 17, and Cole Rebman. Play action, looking for somebody to find the ball to. Gets Merriweather coming across the middle. Merriweather gets across midfield, and then he's going to be slung out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. You know, when you consider how much time Berman is having, Merriweather came from the far side of the field on a crossing route, and he didn't even pick him up until he showed up on the outside of the backers on this side of the field. So he's got time to just stand there and wait on things to develop for him. He's going to hand this one off. Nice little hesitation to wait for his blocks for the running back as he gets across the 35.
Yeah, and on that point, Rodney, I mean, because German has so much time and the speed and quickness that Merriweather has, he's able to create space wherever he wants.
Yeah, he sure is. And then he's just taller than everybody else out there now. You know, so, you know. Got a flag there for Union. They've got too many men on the field. Nice little run there for Young. He's got some nice feet, that young guy. But Union's going to take the penalty of too many men on the field, it looks like. As they were trying to get the right personnel on the field, they had too many out there. It's got to be frustrating for Coach. Even when you're winning a game in this fashion, you still like we talked about, you want to see mistake-free football. Mental mistakes and mental errors are the things that kill football coaches.
Yeah.
Regardless of what the score is, you don't want to make those type of mistakes. So that'll back Union up to the 49-yard line. It'll be second down.
I mean, yeah, that's a huge swing. I mean, you go from getting a first down to now you're sitting 2nd and 15?
Yeah.
2nd and 16?
Drops back, has a man coming across the middle, and he makes the catch right in the middle of the field. And that is number 83. And he comes into the game. Evan Eschels checks into the game cold and makes a great catch across the middle of the field. I think he might have felt like he owed because he was the reason they got the penalty the last time. So, he
Coach,
said,
I'll make it up to
I'll
you.
get it back for you, Coach. And he did. We're looking at 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 now. Three receivers into the boundary down here. Drops back, looking for his man coming across again. Got to be careful. Tobias took a big hit on that and make sure he's going to be okay. Both the safety and the DB came down and made contact with him as he was trying to catch that ball.
Yeah, and that's certainly something you don't want to see. I mean, there was no ill intent there whatsoever, but
no, it's the
never
nature of. That route's a tough route anyway, and you got to be a tough receiver to catch the ball in a crowd like that, and he is. Got himself a little banged up, but I'm sure he'll be back before we know it. Corey Bozovic comes into the game to replace him. There is also a penalty flag on the play. We'll see what that was all about. It is going to be another penalty against Union that's also going to back them up again. And just want to let you guys that who are used to watching us like last year in normal situations, we do not have the replay cameras out here. We just because of social distancing, we can't put enough people in the truck who actually runs that piece of equipment. So that's why you guys haven't been able to see any of the replays this season, essentially. Hopefully next season everything will be a lot better and we'll be able to take care of that for you. Oh, and we've got a fumble. Heritage does fall on it and is going to take this ball back the other way. Long coughs that up by a nice hit there at the line of scrimmage and unable to hold on to that ball as it hits the turf, and the T-Wolves are able to fall on it and get the ball going back the other way.
It looks like that was number 55, Mauricio Navarro, who was able to go ahead and collect that fumble.
Yep, sure was. Good job on his part.
As a defensive lineman, you don't get to touch the football very often, so when you do, it's a big deal.
It is. Wing formation, they're going to hand this off to Parker. Parker has nowhere to go as he is swarmed in the backfield, and he is going to lose about 4 yards, 3 to 4 yards on that play. Levi Harms, number 9 all over the top of him on that play. Heritage tight formation. Another handoff, looking for something up the middle, is going to just run into the crowd. And looks like they're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up third down. Eli Reynolds breaks the huddle. He lines up down here at the bottom of your screen on your numbers. Bodie lines up in slot formation. And so does Lemire. Drops back, lets this go right as he gets nailed. The intended receiver was Eli Reynolds, not able to bring that one in, as that has probably been the most time Osmond has had to let that ball go, but he was still under a lot of pressure. There was no way his feet were settled to be able to put that on anybody's receiver. He was just letting that one go.
Yeah, no, he was. I was going to make the same point, Rodney, and you could tell that even in his drop, he was extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah,
he knew something big was coming, and he had to get rid of that football as quickly as he could.
This time the punt is going to be muffed, and Union is going to take the ball over in some very good field position. First down and 10 from the 19-yard line. Heritage definitely having a tough time with all facets of the game right now. Offensive, defensively, special teams. It's just giving Union way too many opportunities to put points on the board.
Well, it's tough when you aren't able to move the football
at all
when you're holding it offensively. I mean,
screenplay here. It looks like not everybody was on the same page. Long, the running back, he was supposed to get the screen. Alex Gurman let that ball go right where his receiver was supposed to be, and nobody was there. 2nd and 10. Drops back again, looking for a man down the seam. And he is not going to be able to bring that one in. Number 83. The intended receiver on that one. He's going to hand the ball off. Nice little move to break that to the outside. And he's going to run into some defenders right there at the 10-yard line.
We'll see what Union decides to do here. My guess is that they're certainly going to. Oh, they did give him a first down.
Yep, they did. So it'll be first down and goal from the 9. Delayed handoff going back the other way to Long. Long is going to get down to the 7-yard line. Redmond checks into the game. He's lined up here as the outside receiver down at the bottom of your screen. Eschels is the slot. Kerman looking for somebody. And we got a flag down in the end zone for a pass interference. And it looks like we might have a player hurt down there as well in the back of the end zone down here in the corner. looks like he's gotten up and he's going to be okay. That is Lemire, who is going to get the penalty for the pass interference call. They're going to move the ball down to the 4-yard line. And it'll be second down. Gets the ball over. And that is going to be Jaden Jones. Makes the catch. Titans push the score over the 40 mark here with just 6 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Still not a running clock situation. They would have to be down by 40 points before us to go to a running clock situation.
Yeah, Union's just doing what Union does at this point. I mean,
they are.
They're moving the football extremely well.
Got the kickoff by Pitts, and once again, Pitts there to put the icing on the cake there. Pitts hasn't missed tonight, and so he's had a perfect evening. 43-14. Heritage, no answers at all tonight for the Union Titan.
Talking about Sonny Pitts for a second, I mean, you take a look and he's got a leg on him.
He does.
He's a junior, so he still has one more year to grow. I mean, it's rare at this level to see a kicker to be able to put a kickoff inside the 10, and he's been there every single time tonight.
Yeah, he sure has. He sure has. He's been consistent. He is their kicker. I mean, he does all the kicking responsibilities for them. A lot of teams you have somebody who punts and then somebody else who takes care of the kicks and stuff. But he's doing it all for him, and he's luckily, with a team like Union and the way they're playing tonight and pretty much the way they've played this season, he doesn't do a lot of punting.
No, he doesn't. But I mean, even with his field goals, I mean, especially as we get into next fall, right? As you get into bigger games and Union plays some tougher opponents, those field goals are going to become invaluable down the line.
You're right. So we're set up here again, ready to go here. Titans put more points on the board. Heritage trying to hang in there. He's going to let this one go into the end zone. So looks like we'll get one play off here before the third quarter ends. Heritage takes the field, first down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Osmond sets him down, drops back, has a man open. He's going to make the catch. This is also number 18. Sorry we can't give you this man's number, but he has got the wheels to run this one all the way for the touchdown. So once again, as we run out of another quarter, this young man is putting points on the board. I see no penalty flags.
It did
80-yard touchdown pass.
It did look like he might have stepped out of bounds. We'll see what the call is. I thought this line judge here had marked that he stepped out of bounds, but we'll see what happens here.
Looks like they're giving it to him. The kicking team is there. Yeah. So this young man has scored both on offense and defense for big plays. And I am so sorry we don't have this young man's name on our roster here, because he definitely deserves all the credit right now. Kick is up and it's good, and that pushes the score 43-21 as we run out of the third quarter on a big touchdown pass from Osbin to number 18 for an 80-yard touchdown. You know, you kind of think about it and you see things like this. That was another situation where they were able to take advantage of the aggressiveness of the Union's defense at that point. You know, they're not leaving. I mean, they're just simply not giving Heritage any respect with an ability to be able to throw the ball. Osmond was able to get that one off, and that receiver was able to release upfield.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was able to go ahead and get a name for us. Number 18 is LaDamian McCord.
Oh, good deal.
A sophomore.
Great job there by LaDamian McCord. Good job. Tell you, LaDamian's got some wheels.
Yeah, he was able to get up and go.
When he gets in the open, there's not anybody that's going to catch him. All right, Heritage set up to kick. They do not kick it far. While Union, you will see Union lined up on the 20. This time the ball is going to be picked up on a hop by Jaden Jones. Jaden now bounces this ball to the outside. He's looking for the end zone, and he is dragged down from behind by Brady Culp, who definitely saved a touchdown. Nice job by Jones there to pick that ball up on the hop.
Yeah, I thought Jones was gone and it was going to be a return for 6. He found a seam and was just able to get through it.
He sure was. Union once again getting the ball in great field position. Starting off the fourth quarter. Jones also stays in as the running back. It's Jones on a flare route. Jones not able to bring that one in. That incomplete pass will stop the clock at 11:49, second down. Drops back as a man coming across the middle. Not going to have enough on that one as he ends up on his back for the third time tonight. That is Gurman, the quarterback for the Titans.
Yeah, Gurman hasn't seen a whole lot of pressure tonight.
Andre Cowley coming from the linebacker spot, along with Jack Warren. Both of them in the backfield right away, not allowing him to step into that pass. Once again, they're looking for it. This time, the ball might get picked off there by Lemire. We're going to see what the officials are going to say here. Nobody has made a decision yet, but Lemire was there And it does look like they are going to make that a pick there. For Caleb Lemire, yes, and they are going to give him the credit for the pick. So nice way for him to go down and get that ball real low and pick it up off the turf.
And Lemire's had a great game, both offensively and defensively tonight.
He has had some good games, some good plays, and some good chances. Heritage comes in 3-receiver set. Spread this out a little bit. Quarterback's going to roll over and makes a nice little catch to Lemire once again. Lemire does a nice strong run as he gets across the 25-yard line. Osbin on a nice little rollout, able to let that ball go on the run there. Liam Boyce comes up and makes the stop. Second down. Trips now to the far side of the field. Osmond again lets it go. This time it's going to get through the fingers of Lemire, and it'll bring up third down. Osmond took a shot on that play. Looks a little banged up, but I'm sure he's going to be able to hang in there. Time they're going to hand it off. Nice play as Cowley gets into the open field, down across midfield, and he is going to get run out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. Nice little run there by Cowley as he gets the T-Wolves over in Union Titan territory, first down and 10. McCord lined up on the far side of the field, drops back. Looks like everybody was running fly routes. And Osmond thought they were going to run a stick or at least bend that one to the outside. Eli Reynolds checks into the game. Second down. Osmond drops back, lets that one go. Intended receiver there was McCord.
Osmond just still doesn't have any time tonight to get his feet set. He
threw that off his back leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't able to. If he could have been able to set his feet and step into that, he may have dropped it on him, but he was throwing as he was backing up. He's got a strong enough arm to get it out there, but there's no accuracy there. Alex Anderson breaks the huddle, goes to the far side of the field. Eli Reynolds lines up down here on the short side. Slot receivers, trips receivers to the far side of the field. Gets that out to Cowley. Cowley is not able to bring that one in as he lets the ball hit the turf, and that will bring up fourth down. Jack Warren, tight end, checks into the game, along with Alex Anderson. Two backs. That ball's going to get bobbled. McCord there to kind of help out a little bit, but he is going to lose yardage, and they are going to turn the ball over on downs. And that's the type of thing that's been haunting them. I mean, we see these big plays and these nice plays, but when they really need to mentally take care of, to mentally focus, so they give themselves an opportunity, then we see miscues like this, and we have seen this all evening.
Yeah, we have. And I think some of it is they've certainly had to venture out. They've had to venture outside of their normal playbook. And so we're seeing some different play calls that I don't think they would normally call. And so they're not quite comfortable with it. And it's not making an excuse for it by any means. But they can certainly play into it.
Sure is. Handoff to the running back. Makes great contact right there at the 45. Keeps his feet driving. He's going to get an extra yard out of that. Bring up second down. And 5. Nice strong run there by Cantu. Union slowing it down. Two backfield right now. Another running play. Jones looks inside and then dips back to the outside, finds the edge, and is going to make it to the 40-yard line before he's run out of bounds. Alex Anderson there to make the stop. First down and 10 from the 39. Single bat set. Fly sweep. Nice little block there by Jones. It allows Cantu to get the edge. Nice strong run by Cantu as he runs over the initial tackler there, Alex Anderson, to get some additional yards and get himself down to the 21-yard line. Moving the chains again on the first down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I am so happy to see Marcus Cantu back on this field. He was injured at the beginning of the season. He missed some games, but he runs the ball so hard, and he isn't afraid to take a hit, and it's fun to watch.
It sure is. It sure is. Olsen now takes the handoff. As the second back coming through the hole, he is going to spin his way across the 20-yard line and be tackled at the 18. Two receivers up top, one receiver at the bottom of the field here. Cantu now tries to find the edge, and he is going to get a yard out of this. Great job eluding the initial tackler who came across to make the stop. Nate Miller unable to stop him in the backfield. Cantu checks out, and Jones checks back into the game. This time Bozovic split out wide down here at the big side of the field. Another handoff to the running back Jones. Jones is going to refuse to go down and fall across the line of scrimmage. And they are going to give him the touchdown. Great run there by Jaden Jones as he just runs through tacklers for the 19-yard touchdown run there. celebrating with his teammates. Sonny Pitts on the field now to push the score to 50. And Pitts, once again, stays perfect in this game as he pushes that one through the uprights. 8:17 left to play in the game. Titans still on a roll, 50-21. They're doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
You know, there hasn't been an answer, you know, aside from a couple of things. Miscues on Union's part, you know, that pick with that Lemire was able to get. The defense came right in and gave the ball right back to their offense. And the offense got on the field and moved right down the field, you know, mechanically. I mean, you know.
Right, they've certainly implemented their plan tonight, and they've played this game how they've wanted to.
They sure have. All right, the Union Band back in full swing. I'm sure they are enjoying the fact that they're able to be out here on the field cheering and celebrating the victory here of their football team.
We certainly welcome them in. Past couple weeks, it's been fairly quiet up here.
Sure has, sure has. Gets around to the outside and get pushed out of bounds. It looks like at the 33, 34-yard line. And let's see what they're ultimately going to spot it from across the field, and it looks like they'll give them to the 37 as the way the line judge seemed to be standing over here. So it'll be first down from there. Spread formation for the T-Wolves. Snap gets away from Osmond, and they are going to start this series deep in the hole. Second down.
Yeah, that's the second time that's happened today. And those are things that Heritage really just has to continue to shore up. They need to avoid those mental mistakes as they continue through the season.
They sure do. They sure do. It's going to be second and a lot right now. They need to get back to the 45-yard line for to get the first down. Right now they are on the 26. Handoff right up the middle. He's going to get wrapped up, but he breaks free from that and is going to get a couple extra yards. Looks like they'll get back to the 30-yard line. Reynolds runs in the play, lines up on the 30. Lemire comes out here with him. Osmond drops back, decides he's just going to drop that one out there. And we have got a whistle before the play really got started, and it will be movement on Heritage, so they'll be backed up another 5 yards. So that'll bring up third down now. And they are on the 20. They'll break the huddle. Field clock down under 5 seconds. They got to hurry and get this play off. Once again, Osmond throwing in the general vicinity of a receiver. Not quite sure who he was trying to get that one to. McCord was in the general area, but there's no way he could have made the catch. We bring up 4th down and the punt team for the T-Wolves back on the field.
It's just another breakdown in communication between Osmond and his receivers.
Yeah, it sure is.
Either the receivers are running the wrong route or Osmond is thrown to the wrong route.
Yeah, and that's something they have to get figured out. This time Union did try to go for the block. He's able to get that off. And the ball looks like it's going to die right there on the 44-yard line. So Union would take the ball over in T-Wolf territory, 1st down and 10. Looks like Gurman might be done for the evening as they bring in the backup quarterback, the junior, Elahini. Olsen in the backfield with him. Elahini is going to keep this ball on his own on a leave play and is going to take a big hit and a big tackle from Bowles, who stops him right as he gets across the 40-yard line. Elahini gets some pretty good yards out of that. 6-yard carry on the lead on the read play. And they will get enough to get another 1st down. 2nd and 4. And Union's going to get a new set of downs. .5:59 left to play in the game. Hand off to the running back, holding high and tight is Olsen. Olsen breaks that back inside. Gets over a couple of tacklers, and he's going to get down across the 15-yard line. Ball will be placed on the 13. 1st down and 10.
Run there. He was extremely patient to wait for his blockers to really go ahead and open up the seam, and once it was there, he turned upfield and was able to get a big gain.
Jones and Olsen now both running backs in the backfield. Elahini's going to give this one to Aiden Olsen again. Simon Olsen's going to get tripped up and make it down to the 10. Two receivers here at the bottom of your screen here. Drops back, gives the ball to Bozovic. Bozovic once again easily into the end zone, but we have got a penalty flag right here on the 10-yard line. It looks like Eschels is going to get flagged for the holding and is going to bring Bozovic's touchdown back. Oh, blocking the back. And that is going to be on number 83, Eschels. So great catch there by Bozovic as he pretty much walks into the end zone after the catch, but that's going to be negated, and see if they'll give him another opportunity before the game runs out to do that again. All right, they line up once again, same formation. This time Jones goes into motion, going to hand this off to Olsen. Olsen this time finds his way up the field, down across the 5-yard line before he's brought down. And it looks like they have him set up on the 4-yard line. It'll bring up second down and it's like about a yard. They can't get the first down without scoring the touchdown. Aiden will take it again. Runs into some linemen, but he is not going to go down and fights his way in for the touchdown.
And he's done that a couple times tonight where he just keeps his leg moving as he hits, as he gets first contact.
So that will push it to 56-21 is the score. 4:06 left to play in the game. Titans still on the roll. And that'll make it 57. It's, you're just kind of hoping that Heritage just let the clock run and just kind of get out of here.
Yeah, at this point, yep.
Let's just kind of get out of here because there's no answer right now, and Union is on a tear.
And Heritage made a good attempt to claw at the lead a little bit, but every time they made any type of progress towards that, Union had an answer and came back and scored on the next possession. And when that happens, you can't gain any momentum, and it makes
the battle
it very
was
difficult.
lost in the trenches here tonight for the T-Wolves, and that's exactly what happened to them. They just could not get a handle on that Union defensive line to create any kind of space or push to allow their guys, because they've got some good guys. We saw McCord tonight. How amazing he showed up tonight. But you can't forget about their guys, their regular dudes. Andre Cowley, Caden Bowles, Bodie Parker. All these guys that we've watched this year, in other games have definitely come and showed up and put things on the board for this team. But you got to have the offensive line has got to be there first,
right,
for all this to be able to work for you. And I can't forget Lemire.
Yeah.
Another guy who, they've got the pieces, just that, the battle of the lines was on the Union side tonight.
It was. Isaac Washington.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't seen him at all tonight.
Yeah, we haven't seen him tonight. I don't know if he's maybe out tonight.
Yeah.
But still, he's another big part of their offense.
Yeah, he sure is. So Osmond has them set up. Union's going to give him a free 5 yards here. First down and 5. Sends the ball in motion, looks for the edge. Nice little spin move as he gets inside. He's going to get across the 25 and make it down to the 30 before he stopped. And that's going to be Aiden Miller. Wyatt Scott also down in the game. Number 28, senior running back. Hands this ball off again to Aiden Miller. Miller a little slow to get up. Like he'll make it down to the 34-yard line. Wing formation for the T-Wolves. McCord now has the ball. A little misunderstanding on where that handoff was supposed to happen, on the inside or the outside, and Osmond and McCord run into each other. It didn't allow him to use any of that speed, you know, that he has to get anything out of that. People were all around him.
Yeah, going
to lose 5 on that play, bring up third down.
Yeah, and we've seen plenty of those miscues tonight from
just mental
from the
mistakes.
Timberwolves.
Mental mistakes. That'll kill you every time. It'll kill you every single time. Wing formation once again. And this time the receiver off the ball a little early. And that'll back him up 5 more. Ball is placed on the 20. They need to get to the 40 for the first down. Third down. Miller is able to find the edge. He is going to get 5 yards out of that before he is wrapped up by a host of Titans. And that will bring up fourth down, and the punt team once again back on the field. Set up for the punt. Punt's going to be picked up on the fly. Nice little catch by number 25 as he brings that one in. Clock stopped with 54 seconds left to play in the game. Number 25, Green, the one who runs the punt back. Gets a couple of yards out of that one. Tyson Fuhr now in as quarterback, number 12, a sophomore. Tyson's going to keep this one himself. Spins out, finds an edge, finds some room as he gets up the field down to the 20 before he is stopped. Nice little run there by the sophomore quarterback for the first time getting in the game tonight.
Yeah, you know, I mean, he's taken his opportunity to show coach what he's got.
Fury now has them set up. Time he's going to hand the ball off. Nice strong run there by the running back as he works his way down to the 10. That was number 29 for the Titans. Don't see his name on the roster. I do believe it's Jones is also his name. I don't know if he's related to number 7, Jaden. And that will be the last play of the game as time runs out here. The Union Titans, unstoppable tonight, 57-21 over the Heritage Timberwolves. If you guys have been watching us this year, you know we're not going to do the 50-yard line and shake hands. Everybody stays on their side of the field and gives the wave. Just kind of waves at him and, you know, show their appreciation for the game. Well, I tell you what, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say. We've said everything all throughout the game. The battle was definitely lost in the trenches. Can't take nothing away from Heritage and the pieces that they have. It was just a tough night for them, and they couldn't handle the defensive line of the Titans. The Titans doing what the Titans seem to do on a regular basis. Some mental errors that I'm sure Coach Rosenbaugh is going to want to talk about, but other than that, they played a pretty good football game, and they came out here and beat a formidable opponent. So we want to congratulate both teams for coming out here, making it, and being able to play in front of friends and family for the first time this year, I'm sure was nice as well. But with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and thank everybody in Comcast and the folks who were able to join us on the internet on the YouTube channel. This was the EPS Sports Network. I'm Rodney Lawrence along with my buddy Ryan Vastbinder. Thank you so very much, and you guys have a great evening. Good night.